What's going on, everybody? Brandon here from Gearist, and today we're bringing you the first in a series of videos all about animal encounters. While you're out there adventuring, whether it's just a run or a walk or a hike in your local area, or you're going seriously backcountry, that's turf that belongs to the animals that live there. And as such, not only do we need to be respectful, but we need to know what to do if an accidental animal encounter takes place. So today we're going to be talking all about mountain lion encounters. Now, before we get into this video, if you've got any questions or you've got any encounter stories of your own or links that we should know about, please feel free to leave those down in the comments section below, or feel free to email them to info@gearist.com. Over at gearist.com, you can find a couple of times where we've posted videos of really close encounters with mountain lions. If you want to check that link out, it is down in the description below. Now, taking a look at some of those videos, if you just did just now, then you can see that they turned out pretty well for the person in the video. However, it's not necessary to look past the fact that we could encounter some of these animals. Encountering mountain lions or cougars, catamounts, pumas, panthers, these are all the same animal. If we're encountering those, it's very few and far between where that actually happens. But if it happens, it's really important to know what to do. So we're gonna go over 8 points to make sure you're gonna be able to walk away from those encounters as safely as possible. Now, as I alluded to a second ago, cougar, mountain lion, panther, puma, catamount, these are all the same animal, so I may be using that word interchangeably throughout this video. The first thing that we should probably look at is, where is the range of the cougar? In this map right here, we can see that it is in North America, Central America, and South America. The red places are indicative of where the current range of that animal is, and then the orange places, the orange color on the map, is places where the population is extinct or severely endangered. If you'd like to see a full-size version of that image, please just click the link to the Gearist article about this same animal encounter experience down in the description below. And now, step one, know your tracks. In the Front Range of Colorado, where Gearist is based, we come across all kinds of animals in our getting out there adventures. It might be deer, it might be elk, it might be moose, it might be fox, it might be coyote, it might be, let's see, black bears, and it might be mountain lions. And believe it or not, in kind of the northern, up near Steamboat Springs part of Colorado, it might be grizzly bears as well. And mixed in with all those things is, of course, the prevalence of domestic dogs. Whether it's a big, huge St. Bernard or a little tiny Chihuahua, all of these animals, it's important to know what kind of track you're looking at. But how do you know what track you're looking at? Well, fortunately, when looking for a mountain lion, their track is actually quite distinctive. The first thing is that a mountain lion pad has 3 distinct lobes and 3 corresponding indentations. Next, canine toes are actually fairly oval, while mountain lion toe pads have a kind of a teardrop shape, as you can see in this image right here. Finally, the most telling feature of a cougar paw print is that you're not going to see a claw. Now, in a domestic dog or a coyote or even a wolf or something like that, you're going to see a claw up front, but a cat is going to retract its paws. Now, the instance in which a cat won't retract its paws, or when it's trying to run fast and it needs to gain traction, or when it's going after something, actually trying to catch an animal. Now, should you see a claw on a paw print that you do believe that is a mountain lion paw print, just be aware that their claws tend to be much more slender than a canine claw, which are a little more fat and kind of dull on the ends. Number 2, keep your friends close. Believe it or not, mountain lions really don't like people, and they tend to steer clear of us. However, as rare as mountain lion encounters are, people that are out there by themselves are 3 times more likely to have a mountain lion encounter as those people where there are 2 or more adults involved. And yes, you can use the joke now where you go, I don't have to be fast, I just have to be faster than that guy. Number 3, let it go. Should you find yourself encountering a mountain lion, just kind of hang out and see what it's going to do. Chances are it's just seeing you out of curiosity. So stay calm and give it a chance to walk away. Now, of course, with that, you want to be sure, check out your surroundings, make sure you haven't walked into a place where it's like a kill site. There's an animal behind it that it's trying to get to that might be dead behind you or something like that. That's its meal and you're blocking the way. Also, make sure that it's not in an area, so for instance, up against a rock where you are between the animal and the exit point. If you are in there, make sure you kind of step out of the way and give it a chance to leave, because chances are it's probably going to want to get the hell out of there. Number 4, do not run. I repeat, do not run. This seems pretty simple, especially since you're probably going to be frozen in place, but just don't run. This is going to trigger the attack instinct from an animal like that. And since a mountain lion can run 40 to 50 miles an hour, there is no chance of you being able to even remotely outrun it. Number 5, show them who's boss. Now, let's say you've come upon a cougar and this guy starts to move toward you, whether that's in a stalking, kind of a crouch low manner like this, or it's just in a curious manner. You need to get aggressive. First, you want to appear as large as possible. So if you've got a jacket on, unzip that so it's kind of flapping out here. Raise your arms above your head and make yourself look as big as possible by waving them. After that, you want to engage your voice. You want to bring your voice to the party. As quiet and timid as you think you might be, or as scared as you might be in that situation, you want to get loud. You want to yell at the cat, tell it to go away, make noise. And believe it or not, they're actually fairly intimidated animals, especially when they see you acting like this, arms up like this. You're taller than them no matter how large you are. And with all these things going on, they're actually very likely to go away. Number 6, throw sticks and stones. Now, from a cognitive sense, one of the hardest things to get over in a situation like this is being aggressive. That's because, even as we outlined at the beginning of this video, and as you hear from a bunch of people, we're typically taught to leave wildlife alone. So this makes getting aggressive really counterintuitive to most of us. However, in this case, it could be the one thing that gets you out of this situation. So if yelling and waving your arms and basically looking like a blathering moron doesn't affect the animal and doesn't go away, then it's time to pick up anything nearby, rocks, stones, and throw them at the animal. And now is not the time to be diplomatic either. Don't try to throw it by the animal, throw it at the animal, at its face, at its head. Don't worry about hurting the animal by hitting the little kitty in the head with the rock. It'll be fine, trust me. It would not even begin to give you the same courtesy. Number 7, fight back. In the very unlikely event that you've got an animal actually on you and things have really gone south at that point, you must fight back. Do not stop either. Pick up anything you can, try to hit the animal in the head, hit it with a stick, hit it with a rock, hit it with a bike, whatever you can. Just get it away from you as hard as you can, and do not stop either. And again, now is not the time to feel bad about the poor little cat, because believe me, it is either him or her or you. Some key places to protect on yourself while fighting are to protect your face and your neck, because that's where it's going to try to grab to cut off your air supply. So really make sure that you are fighting back 100% and try to hurt the animal. Believe me, you're probably not going to be able to. However, it's worth fighting and fighting and fighting. Do not stop. Finally, do not play dead. Unlike bears, who mainly attack when they feel threatened, mountain lions mainly attack when they're hungry. Although it does happen that mountain lions can attack if they feel threatened, especially if there are cubs around. So if you play dead and there's a bear around, the bear is probably going to become disinterested and just leave you alone. That mountain lion, again, is most likely hungry. And so if you're playing dead, he's like, sweet, I don't have to fight for my food. And so he's gonna go at you. So again, do not play dead. Now, before we come off as being alarmist, I want to assure you that your chances of encountering, much less being attacked by a cougar, mountain lion, panther, puma, catamount, are very, very minuscule. In fact, to put things in perspective a little bit, between 1991 and 2003, there were only 73 reported attacks in the United States and Canada. And of those, only 10 resulted in death. Again, the links to these statistics and things can be found at the article on Gearist.com down in the description. Encountering a mountain lion is certainly one of those cases where an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Knowing when and where you may encounter a mountain lion and what to do in that situation is certainly something that's going to almost always get both parties out of the situation unscathed. These beautiful and amazing animals need our protection and respect, and knowing how, when, and where to give them their space is the first step toward both. Now, before you go anywhere, we want to ask you a question, and that is, what is the most out there animal you've ever encountered while on an adventure, whether it's a trail run or a hike or bike or what have you? Is it a turkey? Is it a skunk? Is it a wolf? Is it a grizzly bear? What is it? Let us know down in the comment section below. And as I mentioned earlier, if you've had an encounter with a cougar, mountain lion, puma, catamount, panther, let us know down in the comments section below. We would love to hear about it and even maybe publish your story on Gearist. Now, coming up soon, we're going to have animal encounter videos just like this that are going to talk about snakes, both venomous and non-venomous, bears, whether they're black bears or grizzly bears, wolves, we're gonna have domestic dogs, we're gonna have moose, elk. Yeah, we've got all these animals coming. So please be sure to subscribe to our channel so you are the first to know when those videos come out. You can do so by clicking that link, the top link right down in the description there, or just go to youtube.com/Gearist or click the Gearist thing over here and just subscribe to our channel. That helps us out and it'll help you out so you have the knowledge to get out there and adventure safely. Thank you guys so much for spending a few minutes with us today. If you've got any questions, let us know. And as always, get out there, get sweaty, and we will see you next time.